All right, now onto something that's impacting every single one of us. Inflation. I know you've noticed those prices continuing to rise, and if you're heading out to First Thursday tonight in Hillcrest, you'll probably be paying a little more for food and drinks. That's where THV11's Mercedes McKay joins us live to show us how those prices are hitting small businesses and when economists think this could end. Mercedes.
Marlisa, the owner here at Hill Station, tells me they're feeling it everywhere. He says restaurant owners like him are in a tough spot right now. They need to raise those prices in order to make profit or even break even. But they're worried if they raise them too much, they could lose customers.
The problem is, even though customers have been willing to pay higher prices, there's a limit.
That limit could be coming for some, since economists don't see the high prices going away anytime soon.
Something that takes a couple of years to wind up doesn't usually wind down in a month or two.
While John Anderson with University of Arkansas says he may be more on the pessimistic side, he believes consumers and businesses should brace themselves.
I really do think that the smart thing to do is to plan for historically elevated rates of inflation for at least the next year.
Anderson says it's not fair to blame it all on what's happening overseas. Supply chain issues and post-pandemic life are all driving factors. But the toughest part of it is, it's not an easy fix.
When you're dealing with inflation, it's kind of like you're squeezing a balloon. If we try to deal with inflation here, that's going to have implications in other places that we probably aren't going to like.
Some of those places most of us don't like right now is how much we're paying for food. And restaurant owners are in the same boat.
It's hard to pick one thing. I mean, the paper goods for sure, plastic cups, things that we used to pay $50 a case for are now $150, $200 a case.
Hill Station owner Daniel Bryan says it's coming at a rough time when they're still battling supply and staffing shortages.
We're all having to compete with one another to provide the best environment we can and pay them the most money that we can, but that gets harder when you're not making any money. And so you can just sort of see it's sort of a cycle.
A cycle that Bryan believes started over 2 years ago with the pandemic and has just been a slow uphill climb since.
You got to be looking long term to look for some daylight.
Something experts have been on both sides of the aisle about is whether or not we are going to head into a recession. The economist I spoke to today believes that is very likely, especially if consumer spending slows down. Live in Little Rock, Mercedes McKay, THV 11 News.